So, do you guys know what this is? This right here is a water pump. And some people might just change their water pump just to be, okay, it was leaking and now it's time for me to get back on the road. But changing this is super critical, especially out in the woods, overlanding and camping. Hunting season's about 4 or 5 months away, but scouting season is just around the corner and I don't want to get stuck with an overheated truck. So today I'm going to be changing my water pump and bringing you guys along. So I was at work the other day and I saw a little drop of what I thought was oil, and I was like, there's no way. When I changed the oil, I changed all the washers, and when I saw it, it was a little bit pinkish, and I totally forgot that when I got my wheels aligned, the mechanic did an inspection. He said, hey, there's a little bit of a leak in your water pump. And I was like, cool. And he was like, it comes out very slow, so you don't have to worry about it. The quicker you change it, the better. And it's been about 3 months and the leak is leaking a little more. So that's the leak right there. See all that right there? And then there's some in the back. I don't know if it'll focus. Some up there. And it's all coming up from the water pump that is up there somewhere. So changing this water pump is so crucial for whenever I go on these hunting trips, is because if I don't fix this, one, this is going to cause so many problems. Should I have been driving it? Probably not, but I didn't really drive it far, and I also use the Prius all the time. I honestly drive this maybe once or twice every week or two. But some of the common problems if you don't change that and the cool keeps on leaking is your engine will overheat. It'll damage your engine because severe overheating can cause damage to your pistons, to your cylinders, and the head gaskets. Having a leak can also reduce its engine performance, so MPGs are down, loss of acceleration, just overall engine performance. So I'm just going to be switching it out so that I won't have that problem, and I want to fix it right now before anything else happens. Alright, so this right here is where it was leaking from. This metal gasket has a little bit of a tear. You see that little piece of metal sticking right there. And there's a couple cracks and burrs on this side that the fluid was able to escape from, and that was causing the leak. This is it next to the new one, and to be honest, after this clip, I was having such a hard time putting everything back together, and I wanted to do it right that I forgot to record. So this is just the ending of it. I put everything back together, which was a pain in the butt, but I'm glad I finished it. Alright everybody, so I am back. Can you just hear the wind? Oh no! Yeah, caught it. Saw that? So I was gonna go a different route with this video, with showing you guys the whole process of doing the water pump. But when I finished the video, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I'm really doing a lot of these jobs for a long time now, like car things, DIY stuff. And for anyone that's new watching this, my wife and I built a bus, and I learned a lot from that. And it got me thinking how it really changed my life. And I saved a lot of money doing my own repairs and just finding things out through doing research on a repair that I need to get done, if that makes sense. But to give you a good example is back on the Lexus, I was fixing a couple things on this, as a lot of you guys may know. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here somewhere or down below. But while doing research, I found this guy named GX Bob. This dude is a genius with the Lexus, and he's very well known with the GX community. There is this filter right here that he recommended to the GX owners to change. So what this is a filter for the secondary air injection pump. And I want to show you guys why this is so beneficial for me to change. And I found it just stumbling upon a video while I was doing research to fix the spark plug seals. Oh, I didn't even unlock it. Dummy. So what this is, it will replace what's inside here. So I want to show you why it's important that we needed to change this. There's a little piece of foam here that I'll show you. Let me just try to get this thing off. You have this foam right here. And over time, this foam can be brittle. There's already parts coming out right here at the end. It can get inside of, I don't know if you guys can see that this white thing right here. Those are the fins. And while it's sucking air, and let's say this foam gets brittle and it breaks, and if that goes inside, then your car's just gonna throw codes at you. Your dashboard is gonna light up like a Christmas tree, and it's gonna cost you thousands of dollars. And this thing was only 20 bucks. Yeah, so you put this in here, boom, and then you just screw this on right here. And now the filter is not in the inside, it's outside. It's like the first barrier for air to come in. And I wouldn't have known this was a thing unless I had to research on how to fix what I need to get done. So this little $20, $25 part can literally save me thousands in the long run.
All right, so first of all, I ran out of, not tape, what am I, 60? I ran out of memory in my memory card and I didn't even know.
I was about to transition to this part. So
anyways, I'm here now, and if you see these bags under my eyes, bro,
it's been windy out here in Utah.
And it's also spring, so all the flowers are blooming, and with that comes with pollen, and I'm very allergic to that stuff. So I've been taking Claritin like every day now, and it's like, this just says it all. So I want to elaborate more on what I was talking in the past couple of clips about how doing these DIYs and doing these repairs honestly changed my life. So it started off when I was a kid, and it was an old toy called Zoids. If you know what that is, bless your heart. And if you don't know, it's pretty much this right here. It was an old cartoon. I used to watch that show when I was a kid, and so for my birthday, for Christmas, I would get Zoids as a gift, and I would build these little things, right? And there's one Zoid I remember. I don't know what dinosaur that was, but the one from Land Before Time, the one with the huge neck. That box was for like 10 years and older. I think I was like 6 at the time or 7, and it said, oh, this will take someone about a week, and it honestly took me 2 days. So that was the start of it all. As I grew older, my uncle, who was a civil engineer in the Philippines, and then his best friend is a mechanic, they always work on cars. So every time when they would work on their vehicles, I would just hang out. I would sit there, I'll give them the tools, and they'll all hold that flashlight the right place, I can't see. That happened a lot. And I would ask questions. Why is this? Why are you using this tool? That really sparked it even more of like, oh, I want to start fixing my own things. And my uncle had some wisdom. If you do your own stuff, you'll save money, because some places charge a lot, especially dealerships. And that's when I just started working on my own car. I started doing my own oil changes in high school. I would also help on my uncle doing our other family members' oil changes, brake jobs, all that stuff. And then once I got to the military, all those skills that I learned, I took with me to the military. And once Emily and I got married, that responsibility wasn't just for my car, it was also for her car. Then when we moved in together to our first rented home, not the one on base, because we could just call contractors on base. When we lived off base, that's when I started learning more slowly about like electrical and just these little things, how to change light switches, just the simple stuff. And I learned some skills that were pretty good, but not until we both got out of the military and we talked about building a bus. This is where this channel kind of started going up again, because I had this channel for a while, and I documented the whole series about us building a bus. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. So that was the huge spike in my skill set of learning how to do DIY stuff, because I had no idea how to do electrical, how to do carpentry, how to do woodworking, how to do solar, how to do plumbing. I didn't know any of that. And that's where a school that I've been going to for the past 10 years, I haven't graduated yet, because I don't think I'll ever graduate from this school, YouTube University. That's where I learned everything. The amount of knowledge on YouTube is insane. Right now, Emily and I are planning what to do with our backyard. So guess what we're doing? we're on YouTube University learning how to do all these things. So that series might come out soon this summer, so keep an eye out for that. But going back to the bus, we were looking at getting it built, but then when we realized it was gonna be like $80,000 to $100,000 to get a bus built, I said, nope, we ain't gonna do that. A lot of people don't know this, but when we bought the bus, we didn't start the build until probably like 3 months after we bought it, just because we wanted to learn, buy the right things, and do it right the first time. Now that Emily and I have a house, all those skill sets that I learned, I'm using it here. When it comes to the little things, I'm not picking up the phone and trying to call a contractor, hey, I need a light fixture put up, or hey, I need to get some light switches done. I'm not doing that, because I know I can do it myself. But when it comes to bigger jobs, that's when I call a contractor. I know my limit. I know when I shouldn't be touching whatever it is that I need to get fixed. And the same thing goes with the cars. You just saw me fix my water pump. That's something I can do. You guys saw me do stuff with Emily's car. That's the stuff that I know I can do. But here's where I'm kind of getting to, because some days I just don't want to do it. But in my opinion, there are certain things I'm like, okay, I'll save a couple hundred or a couple thousand on doing this. Here's something that some people might not tell you. And all this whole DIY stuff is getting so big right now on Instagram. Oh, do it yourself, do this, do that. Yeah, you save money, but you trade it for your time. And I don't think a lot of people highlight that. So that's definitely something that you need to think about if you want to do all these things, because there are times, like I said, that I'm just like, I don't want to do this. But when I look on how much a certain job cost, then I personally just like, okay, I don't want to spend, $2,000 to go get my water pump changed. Let me go ahead and do it myself. And it honestly took me, I think, like 4 hours to do. The 4 hours to $2,000 savings, I'd rather do the 4 hours. And doing my own repairs didn't just save me money, it really built my confidence on fixing and repairing things and building things. It gave me skills that I can use forever, and whenever we have kids, I can pass it down to my kids, and hopefully that they can learn those skills and teach it, to their kids. And it's just gonna be a domino effect. And it's all because I took the time now to learn these skills and want to pass it down. So just to wrap this whole thing up, I just want to pass some, I guess, motivation or wisdom to you guys. If you're thinking about working on your car, your home, doing a building project, whatever it may be, just know that you are capable, you can do it. It's not that hard. Just take your time, and you have a YouTube University to teach you guys. You can also have Google, you have Reddit. There's a whole library of information in the world right now that you can do anything. So I'm curious, are you the type of person that likes to jump right in and figure things out? Or are you the type of person that's just like, I don't want to do that. Let me just go ahead and pay someone. Comment down below, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Yeah.